It's the
had a whole box of condoms, still slipping to hit her up. Damn, I be tripping. Niggas on the block right now, still serving fitting up. Names, I won't mention. Hit a nigga with some straight drop and blew your pension. When the streets took money, I had to turn my thug up. Bet you if they play that Scola shit, it turn the club up. Bad bitches, y'all can drag with us. Fuck up sags with us. Mine's of all goodies. We so big goodies. Understand some be foolish. Oversized hoodies. Say nothing on no pop right by the spot we had to move yet. Gotta go. These streets that me and my niggas ain't dead yet. I told him switch to exotic, he won't move that food. When I grab that new machine, watch they gon' call me rude. All my youngest down to catch a body, they got missing screws. All these niggas down right in my city might not make the news. I was 19 when I bought that car, walked in that bitch with blues. I was charged before I started rapping, don't get shit confused. Yeah, I'm a dragger, big rag stacker, bitch haver. Told her she got let dip hit her first, I had to add her. Y'all niggas ain't no trappers, don't even be out, these boys be bluffing. Nigga put a hole in nigga lap, you could do nothing. Damn, I be tripping. I fell back off codeine, so it's castle what I'm sipping. Hottest pacing 100 for an ounce of Scottie Pippen. Woo, high as Ray Charles, thuggin' breaking state laws. I came from the bottom, I might still serve you at 8 balls. I might wake up in the bed with 4, this that kind night. Turns I made some money, I wanted more, I live that limelight. I can get it run right to your door, trying to order up. I can show you how to turn 5 into a quarter plus. Had a whole box of condoms, still slipping to hit her up. Damn, I be tripping. Niggas on the block right now, still serving fitting up. Names, I won't mention. Hit a nigga with some straight drop and blew your pension. When the streets took money, I had to turn my thug up. Bet you if they play that Scola shit, it turn the club up. It ain't nothing in these streets that me and my niggas ain't dead. Thug up. Bet you if they play that Scola shit, it turn the club up.
Yo, 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 yo. Can I get a yo, 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 yo from my people in the room? All right, we can do it again. You know, we can work on that a little bit. But guess what, yo? Guess what?
Oh, what? Yeah, I'm here.
The Lonas is in the building. You already know who it is. It's your man, Scrap Money. Unfortunately, Love had some extenuating circumstances to kind of set her back. But you know I'm going to hold it down for both of us. You feel me? Live and direct. We on the 1500 radio sign, so we holding it down 24/7. You understand me? But I still have a wonderful major guest tonight for everybody to witness, and I would do you no service by introducing you, so I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Who in the room with me?
Oh my gosh, what's going on, everybody? It's your favorite author, your favorite motivational speaker, your favorite CEO, your favorite social worker. You know, whatever you got, whatever you want, I got it. It's me, Nikia Pratt. I'm in the building. Hello.
Yeah. What's going on? Hey, so we're so glad to have you with us.
Thank you.
What's going on in your life right now?
Oh my gosh, what's not going on? So let me tell you a little bit about me.
Okay.
So I'm a wife the second time around, and marriage is better the second time around.
Okay.
I'm a mother of 5. Our oldest child is 22. He'll be 23 next week. And our youngest is 7. Change your life, baby.
Right.
And I'm a CEO of To Know Thyself, LLC. And also the author of Picture Perfect.
Shout out to Picture Perfect.
Yes, I'm also the Assistant Deputy Director for the largest child welfare jurisdiction in the state of Maryland, the bold, the beautiful, the brave, Baltimore City, DHS.
Associate Deputy Director. God, that's a title for you. You feel me?
That's what they call me, you know.
That sound like got boss written all over it. That's what I'm boss lady. But check it out, right? So you got a lot. So you wear a lot of hats, right?
Yes.
What was first? What's the first hat you put on?
Oh, out of all those I said, the first was wife, actually. The first was wife. Ain't that something? But I'm a wife the second time around.
Oh, is the second time more of a charm?
Oh, You better know it.
Okay.
I'm a little more seasoned now. I know what I'm doing. I got this time.
Okay. So, what were some of the things that you might have learned in your first trip that helped you for the second journey?
Oh, so listen. Let me tell you. This is what helped. That is what helped birth Picture Perfect. So went through divorce, tumultuous divorce. 3 children came out of that marriage. After that, I met the love of my life, my middle school sweetheart. Like, who would have ever thought? Aww. So I was encouraged, actually, through therapy, to write the book. And when I say the book was therapeutic, like art therapy is real. If you ever heard of art therapy, you use it a lot of times with young children. When I was writing this book, pain was released. It was like pain was released through my fingertips. Everything. And it was almost like having a outsider's view of my situation.
Okay.
It was kind of surreal. It's like I'm writing this, I'm releasing, I'm letting go a lot. But at the same time, I was able to use my creativity. Like, girl.
Okay.
Do you know your worth? Then I was able to write what could have happened. Like my creativity kicked in. And that was like the therapeutic part. I was able to write, oh, you know what? When this happened, you should have said this, or this should have happened. That's when the creativity came in. And when that creativity came in, that's when my passion was ignited.
So, all right, this is what I want to ask you, right? Is this your first book?
Yes, this is my first book. And let me tell you something. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this. This book is available on Amazon, paperback and hardback.
Ooh.
It's available on Audible.
Okay.
It is also available on Google Play for people to like their ebooks, because everybody doesn't hold actual book. So I went in a studio. I narrated it.
Yo, that's what I was about to ask you. So when you said Audible, does that mean that they read the book to you?
Yeah, yes. So I read it, the whole book, like going in the studio. I'm telling you, I was on my Kanye.
Did you change your voice for the different characters?
I tried. You know what? I tried to just a little bit, but not too much, because I'm not a professional in that area. But I tried to a little bit, especially for like Daniel and Nina, like when she would get upset. And even like the children, I wouldn't change it too much though. No.
So without giving away too much about the book, can you just give us a little bit about the main character of the book?
Oh my gosh, Nina, she is that chick.
Okay.
Let me tell you. So Nina has experienced everything from divorce to infidelity in her marriage, domestic violence, becoming a single mom, finding love again, doubting herself, and also trying to drop those chains that were put on her in her marriage when she experienced the domestic violence and the abuse and those things. Nina goes through everything. I'm gonna tell you this. Everybody, I've even had men tell me. One man said, this book helped me to look for the signs of abuse with my own daughters.
Woo, okay.
Another man told me that it helped his relationship with his mom, because his mom is a lot like Nina.
Right.
So it helped him to understand his mother more and improve their relationship. I had a woman tell me that this book, because the spirituality in this book as well, when Nina listened to God, she moved and was obedient even when she didn't want to be. So that woman told me, I'm going to start listening to God more and being obedient. So it's everybody that pick up the book will be able to relate some kind of way.
Right. That's super serious right there, man. Shout out to you for that. And like I said, my wife, shout out to Keisha, she is the book reader of the house, right? So, but she loves books. So when the book came in the mail, I was excited to give it to her, because she, she could get through a book like in 2 days. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then, so she comes to me like 2 days later, like, yeah, I'm done your book. And she was like, it was
Yes.
good. It was good. It had a lot of ups and downs. She was like, yeah, she was flashing back and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
she
yeah.
caught on to that.
Yeah. Oh, so I told her she reads them books.
Oh my God. So that was like one of my techniques. Like I wanted you to, when you were reading it, I wanted you to be able to picture it.
Right.
And see it. So if it was windy, I wanted Nina's hair to be blowing to the right.
Right.
I wanted you to feel it. I want everybody to be able to picture it on a big screen.
Right.
And so that's what I wanted. And one of my techniques was to go like 1 minute Nina will be in the present and she would be enjoying Carlos. I can't give too much up, but that's her love interest, right? So she would be enjoying Carlos, and then all of a sudden, boom, she's 10 years back in the past with Daniel.
Because, sometimes some things trigger you. You could be somewhere and hear a song, and it'll immediately take you to the childhood. You know what I mean?
Don't you know it? Let me tell you something. Nina, I'm a lot like Nina so this book was written loosely based off my experience.
Okay.
So I relate to Nina a whole lot. And so I get it. I understand. And anybody that has suffered any kind of trauma, they understand that there can be triggers.
Right. Facts.
But one thing that I learned today about triggers, and shout out to Ayanna Henderson of Warrior Woman. I'm participating in her workshop. It's called the Shifted
Shout out Ayanna.
Soul. Hey, Ayanna. So what I learned today in there is that if you're still triggered, you're not healed. So everybody walking around saying, I'm triggered. That's my trigger. Triggered. Or, what's that song? Triggered. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm triggered.
When I see your
Triggered,
triggered. If you triggered, you're not healed, sis. Okay? That's what I learned today.
A lot of stuff be triggering me in my timeline, but we'll get to that later. We're going.
Oh gosh, I'm scared.
Let's talk about Nina, right? Mm-hmm. Sum Nina up in 3 strong words.
Ooh. Resilient, bold, and this is more than one word. Don't take no stuff. Okay. I'm gonna tell you too with Nina, because remember, this is it's loosely based off my life.
Right.
So I grew up around strong women.
Right.
Like, don't play.
Okay.
Don't play. The women were like the head, right? My grandmother, my aunts, my mom. So when I wrote Nina, I was like channeling all of those women that played a role in my life. And that's how you will see me in Nina. You will see my grandmother, my mother. You will see everybody in Nina.
Right.
That played a role in my life.
Okay, that's what's up. Shout out to the village that raised you. You know what I mean? Because it does take a village.
Yes.
I had to apologize to my village once I became an adult and realized, the error in my ways. But that's neither here nor there. So, all right. So, thinking about impact, right? Mm-hmm. How do you want people? Like, what is your main scope of vision of how you want people to receive this book? Like, what do you want them to get out of it?
So, okay. So let me tell you this first. First, when I was going through my divorce, it was crazy. I'm going to give you a little bit of my story. Mm-hmm. Was with my ex for 22 years. Right. And then that ends. So we're going through a divorce, right? It's a tumultuous divorce. Right. So in the middle of that divorce, I'm actually sitting outside of Bible study waiting for it to start. Yeah. Out of nowhere, God tells me to know thyself. To know who, sir? Guess what? Let's get to know these legal fees that I'm paying by myself. Let's first start there. Right, first of all. Wait a minute, because I can't help nobody because I'm in I'm in shambles right now. So then came the book years later. Right. So I have the name of my business. Mm-hmm. Then here comes the book years later. So the book comes and I write it and I'm like, this can help somebody. My journey, Nina's journey, can help other people to know themselves. Because I'm going to tell you, just like Nina, if I would have known myself a little better, I could tell you that marriage wouldn't have happened, the first one.
Okay.
I can tell you that my career choice would have been different. Yeah. Now, I don't have any regrets because they all taught me. I'm stronger from those decisions. But had I known me, who I am, what rooms I belong in, who belongs in my circle, who can I trust, who is going to uplift me when I'm down, who truly has my back.
Right.
If I would have known those things, life would be a little different. So I'm like, okay, I can help others know themselves. And that is important. If you know yourself, that's the roadmap to life. It doesn't make it easier. It's like the GPS. When you get in your car, the GPS doesn't stop the rain.
No.
It doesn't stop the potholes that you might run into, and now you got to get new rims and all that stuff. That's how knowing yourself is. It doesn't make life easier. It makes the navigation easier. But things are still going to happen.
Right.
But when you know yourself, there's a peace that can't be shaken.
Right.
And nobody can take it. Your joy can't be stolen. None of that. But when you are walking on shaky ground, because you're trying to figure yourself out, my suggestion is don't jump into no marriage, no career, no business partnership, none of that. Get to know who you are first. So after writing that, I was like, you know what? That's my mission. I'm going to help others get to know themselves and understand the importance of it. When you know yourself, you align with your purpose. When you align with your purpose, your passion is birthed. So that is my mission, and that's how Picture Perfect and To Know Thyself is correlated.
Right. So, and that's how I was going to segue that into that, because of, you've turned To Know Thyself into an LLC. You feel me?
Yes.
So what type of actions or activities are you going to place behind that?
So I have so many ideas, right? So I'm new in my business.
Right.
I'm showing up where my business is right now. So we have a lot of things in the works that I can't really talk about right now. But what I want to do is workshops.
Okay.
Help women, help men understand the importance, understand trauma, how trauma impacts your perspective, how trauma can be the barrier to you getting to know yourself. So you got to dig a little deep. You know how everybody says self-care.
Yeah.
Self-care, like, I got my nails done. That's shallow. That's the surface.
Right.
What's beneath there? What's at the core of you?
Right.
What triggers you? What trauma have you experienced? Why do you think the way that you think?
Yeah.
All of that good stuff. Like, we got to dig a little deeper. So that is a lot more that I want to do with To Know Thyself, but I'm going to start there.
Okay. And that's what's up. So, all right. So one thing I've noticed, right, is that you guys share social media. You feel me? And I want to just know, like, how is that going?
So actually, we love it. We love it. And we started out, we were saying, you know what, when we do this, we want to like create a movement.
I don't mean to cut you off, but first and foremost, shout out to my man Charles, man.
Hey.
That's the hubby over there.
Me, Charles
since I was knee high to a grasshopper, you feel me? I gotta shout the bro out, but go ahead.
So we love it. We wanted to start it more so not to just be your average like Facebook social media page, but to encourage people through our story, through our love, how we reconnected, all of that good stuff. So we actually love it.
So, all right. So shed a little bit of light on that, because you guys weren't new to each other as adults. You feel me? All right. So can you just let everybody know how long y'all have known each other?
So we have known each other since 1992, the 1900s.
Right.
Oh my gosh. So we met
back on the TLC tip day. You feel me?
So we met in middle school, and we were crushing on each other.
Okay.
In middle school, talked on the phone a lot. Select people knew that I had a crush on him.
Okay.
But nobody knew that we were like crushing, like talking every day on the phone and going to see each other.
8-hour conversations, the long phone call, bent around the corner. You feel me?
And so Then we went to high school. And do you know we went to the same high school? I never saw him. Not one day.
Wow.
Never saw him. He never saw me. And the next time we saw each other was in 2014, right? 2014, I'm getting off of work. Mm-hmm. And I'm getting ready to walk across the street. And this car is all black and it got black tinted windows. And I was like, it's some young boys in there. I'm tired. If they say anything to me.
Not the young boys.
The young boys. It's some young boys, some young hibbity-hobbity
Right,
boys.
right, the hibbity-hobbities.
And I was like, oh,
they were the hoodlums.
yes. So as soon as I start walking across the street, I hear the window. I was like, oh, God, here we go. And a voice says, excuse me, is your name Nikia? I never looked back at him, but I knew it was him. I never forgot his voice. Mm-hmm. And I kept walking. And honest to God, I said, hey, Charles. And I kept walking. I kept walking to my car. I got in the car and he's like, are you on social media? I was like, nope, don't do social media. I never looked at him. I felt like if we made eye contact, he would have me in a trance.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's how you felt?
Yes, I
so you gave a man a cold shoulder on the walk?
I did. I was like, And plus, at that time, I was still married.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? Straight ahead.
I'm going to give you a pass on that.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I did. I got in the car and I called my sister and I was like, oh my gosh, guess who I saw? And then once the divorce was final, I reached out to him on Facebook. And we've been rocking since June 4th, but 2018.
Where'd y'all go on your first date?
We went to Main Event.
Main event
In Columbia.
What y'all play?
Where did we play? We played. So I beat his tail. In bowling. 2 games. Beat him.
Okay. Is it that you're good in bowling or that he's not very good?
Oh, I'm a beast at everything. Anything I put my mind to, I'm a beast at.
Okay.
So,
you one of them.
I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
Understood.
She's in the building.
All right, that's what's up, man. First of all, I want to say shout out to Black Love. You know what I mean? Because I think that's important. You know what I mean? And I like how you followed up, like, all right, I've been through divorce and so on and so forth, and you followed it up with the light. You feel me? Because this is all about going through the dark and coming into the light. I just preached a little bit right there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Take your time, Cheryl. You feel me?
Hallelujah.
But it's true though. You know what I mean? Because and it's important, and like I like how, you know, people got vices and stuff like that and coping mechanisms, you know what I mean, that they use to deal with different types of trauma. You know what I mean? Like you said, but you utilize your experiences to not only make something lucrative for you, but this can help people through their own experiences who experience the same thing. You know what I mean?
I'm hoping it will save a marriage. Like if you read this, if man or woman, like it's not always this is not a male bashing book.
Right.
Women are wrong, men are wrong. If it can save a marriage, then job well done for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like if you can, as long as nobody is being hurt, work on your marriage.
I like that. And that circles back to when I asked the question and said, what do you want the impact of the book to be? You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Hey, we saving marriages, you know what I mean?
That's what we're saving marriages, and we're also teaching people to know their worth.
Right.
Because when you know your worth, you're not going to settle for a penny less. And Nina, just like Nina, myself, I settled for 22 years. Mm-hmm. Nina settled. But one thing, when I went through my divorce, I said, I don't want to be cold to love. I want my heart to still be open. Just because this didn't work doesn't mean there's not someone out there for me. It is someone out there for me. So I didn't want to be the old cat lady.
Hey, it's a lot of old cat ladies out here.
I know. I love y'all. I love the old cat ladies, but
and cat pee stink.
Do you know I'm scared of cats? I have nightmares about them once a week at least.
I have noticed, and I don't think I'm a subjectionalist. I don't know, I made that word up, but Yo, why are black females scared of cats, yo? Like, yo,
Is
you
that
know
a thing? Is that a thing in the black community?
Yo, I think it is. Like, I would say I'm not saying all black females are scared of cats, but the majority, especially somebody that's older, you know what I mean? Like somebody aunt, all aunts are scared of cats. I'm convinced. If you somebody aunt, a great aunt, you scared of cats, and I'm just, you know what I mean?
Listen, I'm scared of them. They take babies' breaths.
Why do y'all keep saying that?
It was probably from like Pet Cemetery or something. What's that movie where the cat took the baby's breath? Cat's Eye. What was it, babe? Okay, I thought it was Pet Cemetery. I was scared.
See what I'm saying? Yo,
I'm sorry.
All of this witch hazel. You feel me? But no. So you know what I mean? We talked about a couple of the hats you wear, right? You got another hat you wear. You know what I mean? Because I know when I was putting your bio together, I'm like, damn. Yo, you put this on Indeed, so your phone gonna be ringing. you got a lot of boxes checked. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So another thing, you are a motivational speaker.
Yes.
Let's get into that. Like, you know, what do you do with that? Let's break it down.
I have spoken on a South African platform.
Jeez. Was it in South Africa?
No, I wish I could have gone.
Yeah.
But it was virtual. However, I've spoken on that platform. I've spoken I'm also a part of Toastmasters, MSU, Morgan State University, Toastmasters. Hey,
all right,
y'all.
shout out to you. Okay.
Yes.
Is that about doing shots?
Oh my gosh.
Hey, this is what shot o'clock. We talking about clock.
Oh my gosh.
If it ain't, it need to be. So I'm calling that. We don't need a Toastmaster. So
that is hilarious.
I ain't in that club. Like, wait a minute. It's the Toastmasters. I ain't in it.
Oh my gosh.
We missed a shot o'clock, by the way. You feel me?
Oh my gosh. We'll have to initiate you. All right.
Oh, that's going to go on the clip.
Right. So no, Toastmasters is an organization to help you perfect your public speaking.
Nice.
So I am a part of that. I'm also I do different podcasts right now. So let me tell you, 2023 is the year of exposure.
Yes.
For me and To Know Thyself, LLC. So you can call it like a tour right now. I want the folks to get to know me, know who I am, know the why behind what I'm doing. I'm not just doing it because, I want to make money. This is my passion. This is my purpose, what I am supposed to do. So right now we're going on a podcast world tour. Okay. So that's what we're doing now. And then next year, I'm also going to be a part of is something called the Comeback Champion Summit. Okay. Where I'll be a keynote speaker and I'll be talking about and teaching people how to align with their purpose.
Right.
So yeah, good things coming up for me. I'm excited.
I like that.
I'm
like
excited.
That. Shout out to you. You know, you got a lot of stuff going on. And you know what? You can't shine if you not doing nothing. Like if you just sit in the house thinking about it, saying I'm about to do this, you know how many times I tell people I was about to start a podcast. Well, oh yeah, I'm about to start mine too. And I look back, they still on the couch talking about I'm about to start mine too. You know what I mean? Right. Like one motto I always live by the time if I'm telling you about it, best believe I probably done already made a deposit.
Right. How about it?
It's already in motion. That vehicle moving. You know what I mean? The bus is started. So
you have to get started.
You can even ride a collide, really.
Yep.
But another thing with me is that I'm gonna always show love because by me having it, and one thing I saw because we get the label of the crabs in a barrel, town. You know what I mean? But what I've noticed is the people who abide by that mentality are people who ain't never left the town. You know what I mean? Yeah. Being as though I done traveled a bit and noticed other cultures, other neighborhoods, just how other people move and how people show support and move faster. Yeah. That's the kind of premise we took, especially with this show. That's why we, based it around Baltimore talent. Yeah. And what people are doing in Baltimore. That's why and people can attest to this. There's never been anybody that has something going on in this town that has ever hit me and not got on the show. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because that's what we about. Yeah. And that goes even to our, we don't call it competition. We call it our co-conspirators. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like other podcasts and stuff like that. We big them up too. It was a lot of podcasts that even have came through here and we had shows together.
Oh, wow. I mean? Yeah. So, collaboration is key. Like
cross promotion to get you there faster and then branching off and doing it by yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because you turn into a machine at that point.
Thank you.
See what I'm saying?
Yes. You need that machine. Yeah. Yes. And networking and collaborating, supporting one another. it's important to build a dream team.
Yeah.
You can't do it by yourself. You got to reach across the aisle. You have to support each other. That's the only way you're going to make it.
And the thing about life is simpler than a lot of people make it. And the thing about, so just like we apply, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to raise this child. You know what I mean? This is a child and it takes a village. So you try to be stingy and raise that child by yourself is really putting that child at a loss, because the people in your village could help that child be unique as it can be, or reach the ceiling that it can reach.
Come on with the good word.
Don't keep that baby in the basement. Let that baby go to the attic. You feel me? Trying to jump out the roof and fly. You feel me? Let me drop a bomb.
Come on with the good word.
I ain't make that up. I mean, I ain't write that down. That just came out of my soul. You hear me?
Brother Nuncy. That's what I'm talking about. He know his soul. He know his business too.
Yeah.
You know what it takes.
Cause I done failed 1,000 times. I got to win once. You know what I mean?
Come on now. Come on. Every time you fail, you got to get back up. That's the only option. Straight
like that. And that's what it is. So, going forward, what do we have to look forward to from To Know Thyself?
Okay, so listen. I have already started. A lot of people have been asking for a sequel.
Okay.
I'm going to say this. I've started on my next book. I'm not going to give it away, what it is about, but just know I'm in the lab.
All right, in the lab.
I'm in the lab.
Cooking up, you know. So, how long did it take you to write the first one?
Oh, so I think it took me about a year. I had to remove myself from the house. Because if you're a mother and a wife, don't nobody leave you alone.
Absolutely.
When you're in the house. So I had to, every weekend, every Saturday and Sunday for a year, I went to Panera or the library, Starbucks, and just wrote. And it was, I needed to get out because sometimes emotions were invoked.
Right.
Triggers, yes. Triggers. And I had to sometimes stop and cry. Because I got angry at myself for what I allowed. See, a lot of times when we're in situations, we blame other people. But everybody plays a role. Yeah. Everybody plays a role.
Whether they know it or not.
Yes, whether you know it or not. And writing my story, but being able to be creative with it at the same time, it was like I got mad at myself. Like, girl, I cannot believe you. Yeah. Like, really, I even had to call him like, I don't know if I can keep writing. So he would encourage me. And every time after I wrote, like a little kid, I would come home and I'd be like, can I read it to you? Can I read it to you? And he'd be like, yep. And while he playing his game, he'd be like, go ahead, I'm listening. He wasn't listening. Was you listening, babe?
We do. Hey, regardless of how y'all feel, we do be listening to y'all when we play in the game. You know, we can cut the group chat off.
I don't know. I mean, but he gave feedback from time to time. Okay. So I do believe he was listening from time to time, I think. So, but yeah, I had to remove myself. It took me about a year. And then editing, working with the publisher. And shout out to 105 Publishing. Come through, 105.
True that. Shout out to y'all.
Yes, they were really helpful. And also Evan Kornblum, he was my engineer.
He sounded like he got a lot of education.
Evan
Kornblum, attorney at law.
Sounds like Duncan Pinder here.
Yeah, straight like that. That's why I picked it, because I was always the one. I was more in the school than a lot more of my friends, even though, you know, I fell into some of those paths. But I feel like I was the smart kid around a bunch of thugs. You know what I mean? So that's why I picked that name. And anybody who's seen class act, you know.
I know, yes. So, so it took me about a year, and Evan was great. He was the engineer, helped me with the reading. Do you know I had COVID? I didn't know I had COVID.
Same.
When I was recording in the studio. Right. My throat started getting a little itchy. Told you I was on my Kanye in the studio. I was like, turn me up. Turn me up, like for real, turn me up.
Not you brought it through the wire.
Yeah, yes. I was spitting through the COVID. I was spitting through COVID, and Evan was just good. So, Yeah, shout out to everybody. It took a team, like you said earlier.
Shout out to your team. How about that?
Yeah, shout out 105, Evan, and what's it called? Soundstages Music Studio. Yes.
Right. I'm in support of that. So we talked about what's going forward and things of that nature. Are you in line to try to book any engagements like on a speaking tip?
Yes. So I have a podcast. It's She's the Boss Radio. Mm-hmm. We have not secured a date yet. That is coming up within the next couple of weeks.
Shout out to y'all. She's the Boss.
Yeah, She's the Boss Radio. I also have the Comeback Champion Summit. Mm-hmm. So that will be in June as well. So, and there's some other things coming up.
One thing I've seen people do before with books, right, is like they have speaking engagements around the book and they like act out a chapter. Is that anything that ever interested you?
Oh, I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
Act out a chapter?
It's kind of lit, though. It's kind of lit. Like, they do, like, a book signing and, you know, speak about the book a little bit, and then they act out a chapter. Like,
wow.
Get a couple people to act it out. Yeah.
Let me tell you.
That really gets the people going.
This is so action-packed. I would really want to do that.
Yeah, it's lit.
Tyler Perry, hit me up. I'm going to act it out.
That's a good, that's a good event thing. Like, you could get, book a little event hall. Like a venue like how Visha and them got the hideout, and then you can do it there. You know what I mean? Because they got like the stage presence, so you can get on the stage and have act out people be sitting around. Yeah, I mean, I throw the ideas out there.
Yes.
That's an event right there.
Okay, ideas.
Tickets 50, tables 200. You know what I mean? We got the 1942 and the Patron in the back. You know what I mean?
Okay. I don't know if anybody want to act it out. People who have read it and you may want to act it out, hit me up. Let me know.
Right.
Because I love that. I love that idea.
You can start a challenge. You know what I mean? The act it out challenge.
Act it out. Yes. And submit your reels. Facts. I love that, y'all. Facts. Please, let's do that. Oh.
See, you know what? That's all I do is just throw plays out there.
I don't know. Would you be willing to
like
act it out?
Yeah.
You might want to be Daniel. Yeah, that Daniel.
I gotta think about it. I'm gonna have to go back through my notes and stuff, and I'm gonna show you who I am. But best believe it, whoever I play, I'm gonna play it.
Yes, come through, actor.
But that's what's up. You know what? I want to just let you know that I'm really proud of you, and I thank you so much for coming through. You know what I mean? And anytime I have a platform, I definitely want to put my people on. You know, one thing about me, I'm family first. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Do you got any shout outs? You know you want to give any shout outs to people who help you, maybe push you along the way or whatever?
So let me say, first of all, I have a moat, MOAT.
Okay.
it's a G-moat, the greatest mother of all time.
Okay. I wanted to see where we were going.
G-moat.
I thought you were talking about like medieval times.
No, I meant to say G-moat.
All right.
Greatest mother of all times, right? So it's Women's Month, Women's History Month, and
shout out to the ladies.
Yes, Helen Agent, I love you, girl. Without her, I wouldn't be the woman I am today. So that's number one. Want to thank her and my dad. Okay. Her and my dad been together, married 43 years.
Shout out to Pops. You know what I mean?
And who else? Of course, my husband, the Charles Pratt. Hey, babe. And also Sound Music Arts Studio, Evan Kornblum, who was the sound engineer. Also 105 Publishing, all my friends, my sisters, everybody that bought a book and left an Amazon review. And even if you didn't leave an Amazon review, I still love you. But go ahead and do that review for real. Everybody that played a role in this, even my children. They were very supportive. They were at the studio with me, flicking it up, taking pictures. So and if I missed anybody, I'm sorry, Shanae Woodson. She was my mentor. Also Ashlyn Price, who I call my sister in business, also my sister in Christ. So shout out to all of those people. And if I miss anybody, no love lost. I still love y'all.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. Because you can already tell she got a strong village because she's very well organized. She know what she want to say. I gave her some paper at the beginning, like, you want to jot some notes down? She was like, no, that's all up here. She showed and proved, because I can't count how many times I done heard that before, and then they get up here and catch blanks, you know what I mean? But no, she delivered it. I mean, shout out to you for that.
Thank
you know what I mean?
Thank you.
So, at this moment, what we're going to do is we're going to transfer over to some current events. And just give me 1 second to set the room. I'm gonna give us a musical choice. You feel me? And then I'm gonna just adjust the room a little bit, because I'm gonna have my man CP join in on the discussion, and then we're gonna get it in for some current events before we wrap up. How about that? That sound good to everybody?
Let's do that.
All right, now.
Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Just give me a second to get this to get going. So we had a lot of technical difficulties today, and I want to apologize to y'all for not starting on time, because I went through a lot just trying to get this to go. We had some technical difficulties with one computer, and shout out to Phil, who's the owner of 1500 Radio. He came through on the IT call and got me right.
Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, one thing about Phil, he don't never leave me hanging. So I actually want to get into some new music from, she's original loner, Kingy P. She's somebody that I helped groom as far as being an artist. So in order for her first release, right, we going to do it together. You know what I mean? Me and Kingy P going to go ahead and do it together. So I'm going to go ahead and play something from Kingy P. Featuring me, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, how about this? All right, so let's see what we want. All right. So what we going to do, let's get into that. This song is called Jumbo. P always comes with these hard ass beats just out of the blue, but I'm very proud in the growth and the climb that she done made, and I'm going to go ahead and play this joint called Jumbo. While I get the room together, we going to peep that.
Beat boys. Got vibe with it. Yeah. I've been sipping Douce, but I do not say my location. If I post a picture, bitch, I'm gone, I'm on a vacation. Probably make your nigga get on his knees, but I won't let him taste it. But if he drop that bag, then I'm gon' spin it with no hesitation. Hit her in the cup, when you get hit, I watch your elevation. You just like this can't be life, but nigga, it ain't no hallucination. Black body suit, yeah, that's my shit, so I'm really with shit. Yeah, nigga say he ain't on my dick, cause that nigga really counterfeit. Bitches can't be P, yeah, you know me, I'm on your noggin, baby. Raised up with gorillas out the year, they show me how to chase it. Show me how to get it by any means, and if I gotta take it, bro, hit my line like what's the moves? I said let's get it shaking, ayy, ayy. Yes, I rep that hill and I'm gon' get it poppin', ayy, ayy. Stepping on these necks, so don't try to stop me, ayy, ayy. Time to get these checks, sign your name on the bottom, ayy, ayy. I done came a long way, bitch, don't want no problems, ayy.
Fat and sealed like the top of the package. Loaded smellies all under my mattress. I come low when them niggas be taxing. Hit my phone, you want good shit, it's magic. Disappear like Houdini, who asked it. Lamb chop, Lamborghini the fastest. I want old shit that's built for the action. Should've known G, I only want classic. No push button, start or a navy. Hit that grab when it crank and be savage. Been nice medicine with Boo Rally. Asking how much she love me, Boo Madly. That with the ass said gladly. Punish the punisher up if we ain't on the up and up. Any beat, I'ma fuck it up, run it up, jumping up. First ain't no twice, you discussing what? Do you really want verbal war? I don't care who you heard, I heard them more. I knew dudes who was bullies who turned the whores. And who talked on music we heard before. All about shooting and blaming, whammies, jamming, scamming. Put all that talk away. We just shooting for business, genuine principles. Give me the loot, but the smarter way. Politics be unusual, caught away. What you owe me with interest all the day. If it ain't nothing to haul away. Tryna ball you a ball and no ball today. Colas and all the gyms. This 16 froze with all the gems. Nah, babe, no arguing with Jim. He ain't got no level on his Timbs. My bounce on legend breaking rims. It's complete if I said it, guess again. Final answer, you dead before the end. I'm still going, I poured on overwhelmed. Automatic winning off the 40 shells. I go hard cause I'm scarred, was born to hell. From the era of nausea, they hard to tell. I got lyrics and swag, I'ma go as well. Yeah, yes, I rep Dogwood and I'ma get it poppin'. Ay, ay, pay them with them stocks. It used to be chopper shopping. Ay, ay, every single event, you know we got it jumping. Ay, ay, every single ball we bustin' while we dumping. Ay, ay, ay.
1 2 1 2. Yeah.
Perfect. You hear yourself too, right?
1 2 1 1, 2.
Yeah. We Gucci. So first and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to my guy CP in the building. You feel me? Like I said, man, this is my guy, man. We grew up together since kids, man. Yo, we been. You feel me? And I definitely couldn't have a show going on and you was in the building that you didn't get some screen time, bro. So now that we are talking about some of the current events that are going on, I feel I'll pull you into the discussion because 3 opinions are always better than 2 because we try to circulate what's going on out here. So the first on the plate I have is right now NBA superstar Ja Morant is suspended for 2 games because he was caught in a video showing a gun. They just said today now he's been placed under further investigation by the league because there's some rule in the book that says if you had the gun while you was on a plane, it's a 50-game suspension. So that's what they juggling in the air right now, and that'll be 50 games without pay. He just got that big contract. Well, how do y'all feel about that? Just about how the whole situation has played out.
I mean, I saw the video, right, and I didn't understand it. I didn't understand. He understands who he is.
Right.
He understands the position he's in. So to do something like that when you got millions of people watching, it just didn't make sense to me. I didn't understand why he did that.
Yeah.
Himself in that position, you know what I mean?
So this is my take on it too, and what I want to let you guys know that this is like a unfiltered podcast. So however you feeling, you can just go ahead and let it out. Like we don't got no. If you got to cuss, you can cuss.
Yeah.
To me, I feel as though like all right. On one hand, of course he shouldn't have did that shit, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But on the second hand, I feel as though if he owns the gun, why are you suspending them when you got other people like other nationalities that show off their gun collections, pictures of them with lions dead, standing behind deers, dead on the ground, holding all type of rifles, AKs or whatever they got. And I mean, granted, this is not something that I support. I mean, he flashed his little pistol or whatever, but you knew he didn't mean any harm. He was vibing in the club. They were dancing, and he wasn't like threatening nobody with it. He just, did some dumb shit. But for him, in the event that the repercussions could be that he loses 50 days of pay from his job is ridiculous.
I want to say when you are in the spotlight, you have to be mindful of those kinds of things. And the reality is, as black people, whether it's a black woman, a black man, we are held to a harsher standard than anyone else. And it's sad to say, but that's our reality. And it's we gotta act accordingly. We can't do sometimes what everybody else does.
And I'm not gonna say so much about acting accordingly, but like we got to understand that the eyes on us. Yeah. But also what I want to say is like, yo, where your people's at, fam? Like, cause if that's say for instance, if that's my little brother. If that's my little brother, you're not even gonna have no gun.
Yeah.
It's not even gonna be nobody even close to be able to get that close enough to you for you to even need no gun.
But then again, that goes to what I said earlier, your circle, the dream team. Who do you have? Do you know yourself? Right. Do you know yourself? Who do you have around you that's looking out for you? That's your third eye, your fourth eye. And even when, you're doing something harmless like he did was harmless.
Right, definitely harmless.
But who do you have around you to pull you to the side like, right. We can't do that.
That's a fact. And it's just crazy because I was just saying this not too long ago. Like we talk about these Generation Z kids, right? How they out here, like essentially to us, they running wild. But I'm gonna say what's missing is they ain't got no big bros. We came up with big bros. We came up with people who are older than us, who put lumps on us to ensure that when we got of age, we was right and ready. You know what I mean? We was already battle tested. So like I know when I hit life as an adult, like I left the house I left the house at 18. I joined the Army right out of high school, right? Because I wasn't trying to go to college. I had enough school, you know what I mean? I had enough of school. And when the recruiter told me you get paid to be in the Army, I said, oh, all right, bet, I'm going. As long as I ain't got to go right to war, I'm cool. You feel me? So, I got right out the house, but just in how I grew up, like, around the neighborhood and stuff like that, like, we came up tough, right? You know what I mean? Like, we had to fight every day, you know what I mean? And just that grooming, I'm going to say, had me ready for society. Like, not to the fact like I was about to be coming down the Army, beating up people or something. It was the fact that I was battle tested, and I wasn't on no bitch ass shit, just pretty much, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We knew how to take things.
And it really helped me, like, for me and my experience going to the Army, stuff that people was getting singled out for and picked on by the drill sergeants didn't affect me because I was like, that's light. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all cry about that? Like, y'all crazy, yo.
Yeah,
and yo.
But you know what? One thing that you said is different from our generation. You know, we were in the 1900s.
Facts.
We didn't have social media. So like you said, you outside, you around the way.
That's true.
Yes.
Nowadays, their best friend is in the UK.
You had to come outside and have that camaraderie. Right.
You had to
It's
come outside
something-
to see stuff happen. You
Yeah.
couldn't sit home and sit in your room and claim that you was there because you seen 1,000 pictures and videos.
Right.
You know what I mean? You had to be there to know, you know what I'm saying? So,
You had the
Facts.
experience. Like you said, y'all came up and you had lumps. And it was just certain things you experienced firsthand. Like he said, not through the videos and what you see on social media, but firsthand.
And you know one thing they always say is experience is the best teacher. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's never gonna teach you like experience. And it's funny how you hit the nail right on the top of the head because you know you got so many people nowadays who be like, oh, I know this and I know that, and it's all based off of something they seen on social media. They ain't never touched nothing, they ain't never felt nothing, they ain't gone through nothing.
Exactly.
And it really that's what be blowing me about these kids because of course I got teenagers now, and I know y'all have been through it because you said you got like a 26-year-old, a 25-year-old.
Don't do that. 22.
you getting close though.
But like I'm saying, and I got elder teenage kids too, you know what I mean? And just witnessing it and trying to curve it before it happened is hard because they ain't seen no different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Y'all was the outside kids. You know what I mean? Your parents didn't have to come looking for you when the street light came on and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
But you know what we do with our 7-year-old though? He goes outside. He got about 4 buddies. They go outside. They play. They are roughing each other up.
Yeah.
Like we make sure
it's necessary.
he goes outside.
Yeah, because it teaches you how to deal with society. Because I can tell you the flip side of it. A lot of these kids who ain't been outside of the house, when they finally do get outside of the house, that's when they go crazy and get to shooting up shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because they've been playing GTA all day life. You know what I mean? So
They think that's real. That's real life.
All they know, like when shit get bad, Fortnite, nigga. You know what I mean?
Roblox.
Yo, these motherfuckers is deranged. So like, yo, we got to go get back outside and start playing hide and go seek.
Yes.
Ding dong ditch, motherfucker.
Oh, yes.
You feel like I ain't even playing about it.
Pool hop. I mean, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't pool hop.
And I said all that to say, like, they say that John Morant is such in a rush to try to prove that he hood or get back to the hood, and I don't even think it's about that. I just think he's funning, and that's how the young. You got to think he's still like almost a kid, and that's how they fun. Because if you look at all of them, that's how all of them act. You know what I mean? That's how they all act. If you anybody with an elder teenage kid up to like maybe the early 20s, that's how all of them act. And so, you can't just single out one person. You just getting your first glimpse of it, and you're appalled now. But no, they've been acting like this ever since NBA YoungBoy came out. That's how they've been acting. King Von and them. That's how they all act. I mean, y'all not even looking at the sources. So, I mean, I'm not gonna condemn him off of doing one isolated activity. You know what I mean? If he can learn from it, I'm cool with it. You know what I mean?
Right?
He's not done.
Especially if he got to eat that 50, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be a lot of M's behind that 50. My God.
Sure.
So hopefully, I just want to wish him the best of luck and throughout the situation. And it's not what happens to you, what makes you, it's how you bounce back from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause that's what it's really about. You know what I mean? The recovery, the bounce back, and just overcoming obstacles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause that's what success is. You know what I mean? You cannot have success without an obstacle. So there you go. There's your obstacle, buddy. Now beat it, motherfucker. Now, moving right along, speaking about beating it, pause. Just this weekend, Baltimore had a special comedic visitor. Chris Rock came and filmed his critically acclaimed Netflix special called Selective Outrage in Baltimore, and it has been met with a social media firestorm. Whether you're on one side or the other side, everybody's talking about Chris Rock. So I just watched it today. I'm gonna reserve my comments, but have y'all seen it?
I have not.
I heard a little clip.
Oh, you heard a little?
I ain't heard enough to be like really give my opinion on it.
Okay,
but
so
I want to see it though. I'm waiting. I want to see it.
So I'm gonna give y'all something to watch then. So all right, and I'm not gonna spoil it or nothing like that. But so I watched it today. So normally, like when I take my lunch break or whatever, I cut something on. I've been watching Walking Dead on Netflix, but I finished it. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and watch Chris Rock. See what this Chris Rock talking about. I'm not a fan of Chris Rock's stand up. Most of it, you know what I mean? Because I be feeling like he dry and a lot. Sometimes he say something funny, but sometimes I'll be like, all right, come on. So I'm already coming in like, yeah, I'm not super eager, but I heard it was some sound bites in there, so I'm gonna check it out. So I cut it on, and now I'm playing my little game on my phone while I'm listening to it. You know what I mean? Because that's how my mind works. Yo, we get maybe 5 minutes into it, I'm already busting out laughing like, yo. Yo,
who's this guy?
Yeah, no, when I say to me, yo, he went in. Like, this is his best one. This is his best one. Really? Like, it was more than just the Jada and Will stuff. Everything, he took, and one thing I want to say, Dave Chappelle broke that barrier down to getting up and just really airing out how you feel.
Oh.
No, he didn't hold back on nothing.
He didn't hold back?
He Meghan Markle. He was talking about, he went in. Yeah, no, you got to watch this.
It's one of them ones.
And I know, because we came up in the petty era. You feel me? Like, when people be like, we did a lot of lunch table cracking. You feel me? Yo. So you already know we be in there. Like, when we watch comedy different. Comedy is different to us. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh. So he went in. I had to call somebody else just to make sure, like, hey, you seen that Chris Rock? And he was like, classic. I'm like, all right, I wanted to make sure.
You gotta watch it.
Like, yo, he went in from the beginning to the end. He talked about, like, having kids and, like, how hard it is, but he's just totally unfiltered with it. Like, yo, fuck them kids. Like,
really?
Chris Rock went in, like, yo, he's like, y'all had
we gotta watch it.
And he dropped the mic at the end.
No, he didn't.
He
didn't.
In Baltimore. Dropped the mic on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I gotta see it.
Yeah, you gotta see it. I don't want to spoil it at all because I don't like spoilers. You know what I mean? So, but I will wrap it up by saying because y'all haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna say I enjoyed it. I'll probably watch it again. Yeah. So in other news, musical news, Nicki Minaj has launched a record label. They're calling her the greatest female rapper of all time already. I'm not inclined to agree or disagree, but yeah, but now she's coming out with a record label that it could possibly boom her into like that mogul status. I mean, I think she already is like almost like a mogul status, but like. If she pulls that one artist that's gonna jump off like she jumped off for for Cash Money, then she in there. How y'all feel about Nicki coming up with the record label? She didn't want the radio to take that over. She's doing good with the podcast, and now she's got a whole label now. How y'all feel about Mother?
Go ahead.
Let me just say this: I'm not a fan of artists who start their own label. It just seems like the artists are not really pushed, you know what I mean? Especially if that artist that starts the label is still currently active, you know what I mean, in what they doing. So, I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not saying it won't work, but at the same time, I don't see nothing coming from it for real.
That's an interesting take. I like that. And I can agree where, for the most part, artist labels do kind of get a little shaky, especially around that promotion piece.
Yeah, I remember. All right, so from way back in the day, remember Diddy had that show, Making the Band.
Yeah, Dylon.
Yes, and at some point they had brought in, or maybe it was an interview with 112. And they said what you just said, babe, that it's hard being on a label when the owner of the label is an artist himself. All the attention, all the money, everything went there. So I wonder, is she going to still make music? Is that still her focus? Or will she be focused on grooming the next Nicki Minaj?
That is a good concern. Well, she's about to drop an album, so maybe after this album she'll get the grooming. I don't know, but those are valid concerns.
That's a concern.
Those will be my same concerns, and I'm like right along the lines with y'all on that about how it's funny y'all said that. I'm like, damn, they took my thing. Like artists with labels do tend to not put the proper push on the artists because they trying to get in the way. Deb Atney said those same things about Gucci and his label, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not, I'm just. I don't make the weather. I just report the news or however the saying goes. Let's talk about the Grammys because hip hop has celebrated its 50th anniversary. 50 years we've been listening to niggas rap, right? And at no time have I ever supported niggas like Young MC. Like, no, I'm playing. Shoot. But we got to just bust the moves. Like, no, we just had the Grammys, right, which was honored with a hip hop 50th performance, which they got tons of rappers from the beginning of the hip hop era to even current rappers. Like you had people like Run DMC out there with Lil Uzi. You feel me? Like with everybody coming together. Of course, some of the people who may have missed the call or did not get the call to come. Of course, they they're talking about how it's a slap in the face or whatever. But how y'all feel about it? Do y'all think let's say like this. Do you, because we got a segment called In Pocket or Out of Pocket, and I think this is a perfect time to roll it out, right? So, do you think that it's in pocket or out of pocket for those who did not get the call to be in the big Grammys performance of hip hop to hate on the other ones who did perform and tell them they selling out because they was on the Grammys? Because I'm like, really, you only doing it because your ass ain't get called. You only saying that. But do y'all think it's in pocket or out of pocket for them to be calling those other artists out? Like you had Willie D calling out Scarface when Scarface went up there and represented for the Ghetto Boys. They didn't call me.
So it's out of pocket. It's out of pocket.
Yeah.
Would those calls have been made if they were there? You understand? Like, so the people that were calling and saying you a sellout, would any kind of call been made if you all were there?
Right, or if they got the call, because what they said they didn't get the call
to be there. So if you all got the call to be there, would
you be mad like this? Like, I want to see somebody outraged who was there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Outraged there.
Right. Exactly. So we should all just support each other.
Because right now Willie D and Scarface beefing behind that. And they're like, yo, y'all came. They got me. He's like, yo, because I wrote that song too. Like, first of all, how about you big your brother up? You feel me?
Yeah,
be happy.
See, that's go back to that crabs in the barrel type thing.
Yeah.
And like, he can't just be happy for his brother. Like, man, you rapped us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Us, but I don't know. He just mad because he wasn't up there.
Right. So like, come on. Like, if he up there, y'all up there. You see what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Yeah, definitely.
That show you how he viewed it.
Yeah, I don't like that type of,
that crab in the barrel mentality.
Like, come on, man. We got to pump each other up. Like, we always the first ones to knock each other down. It don't even be the ops. And we always quick to call somebody an op, but we the ops. Yeah. So like that's crazy. That's my viewpoint on it. Like, stop being the fucking ops. So last but not least on my plethora of, I had to trim down the list because we started so late, but last but not least, I definitely wanted to talk about this. As a near and dear, triggering, traumatic, emotional point for me. So today, at approximately 4 p.m., the Ravens decided to put the franchise tag on Lamar Jackson. And it's the non-exclusive franchise tag, which means other teams can offer a contract to Lamar. Now, if the Ravens want to keep Lamar, they can match the money that the other team is offering. Or they can decide to let Lamar leave and go to the other team, but they would have to receive 2 first-round picks and trade for Lamar. Now, a lot of people, we have some people saying that this puts the Ravens in a good position. You can see what the market is offering for him, and then if it's fair, then we can just agree and keep him. Some people saying that's like a sellout move because they should have just paid the man up front, you know what I mean? Because, he is like the franchise guy. But I want to know how y'all feel. How y'all feel about this? What's going on with this? Because I'm going to probably
Go
rant
ahead.
when I get it.
No, go ahead. Because see, okay, so I didn't know all about that franchise stuff. He was explaining that to me like last week. I love football. That's the only sport that I watch. But I don't know about the franchise and how you were saying the picks, what you call it? The
2 first round picks.
yeah, no, nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that.
Throw your life jacket.
Yeah. Come on, babe. Go ahead. I gave you the life jacket on that one.
You know, I would definitely like to see Lamar come back. He's a great asset to the team.
Yes.
But I'm gonna be honest, at the same time, there's other people we can get, and there's other ways to spend that money so that we can be successful. We can have a successful year. But again, I would love for Lamar to come back, but if he doesn't, that's not gonna stop us. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. You know
Can I ask y'all a question?
Okay.
So, what is the probability of him getting the money he asked for from a different team? Is that far-fetched?
I would say that teams are currently coming out, like Atlanta said that they're not going to pursue him, but the money that the exact money he's asking for, as far as all that guaranteed money, I would say it's a long shot for another team to offer it, but I wouldn't say it's impossible. Like somebody this is a gambling world, so somebody might throw the dice out there, and then Baltimore is probably gonna step away. If somebody throw out the exact money Lamar asking for, Baltimore probably gonna let him go.
Okay.
So hold on, would you sign him? Would you gave him that guaranteed money when he sat down with you and said, "Look, man, this is what I need"? Would you sign him for that?
We probably had to talk about it. If we could make it, if we could make it
No
work,
Super Bowl.
yeah. But I will say, I mean, shit, Deshaun Watson got it, and he ain't even got a damn wedding ring. No long Super Bowl. But this is the thing, and that's what Lamar's basing it off of. But what I would say is, if there was a way that I could make it work and keep the weapons, all right, I'm cool with it, because he's once in a lifetime talent. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So if there's a way that I can make it work for all of us, I'm gonna make it work. Like if we gotta just put it in a signing bonus or something so he can get it. Look, David Carr, they just said that New Orleans didn't have no cap money, and David Carr just got signed for $150. Where the money came from? You see what I'm saying? So they can make it happen. They got somebody sitting in that accounting office that can go ahead and whip that pencil out and that calculator and make it happen. Crunch them books.
That's for sure.
Crunch the books for my man, y'all.
So what do y'all think is going to happen? Like, what do you foresee happening?
I don't even want to speak it into his.
Yeah, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
I'm gonna cry, yo. I bought a Lamar jersey, yo, and I don't be buying jerseys, yo. I got the Lamar jersey, yo. I had to barter for that, yo.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So y'all not gonna answer? What y'all think gonna happen?
I don't want to.
Okay, all right, I respect that.
I think he gonna. I think he's definitely gone. I think he's definitely gone. Now where he's gonna go and how he's gonna go, that I don't know. But I don't even think he wants to play here anymore. After all this stuff that's been going on and everything, I don't even think he wants. His heart is not in it to play here anymore.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I
see
don't want to sign
that.
nobody to my team and like your heart ain't there. You ain't gonna give me your best. Nah, I don't want.
Unless they gonna wow me and be like, you know what, we love you. Let's just take this $100 million signing bonus and then we'll just work the rest of it. Then, if they come back and make it right with the money, then I might be able to, you know what I mean? I can go ahead and cry my bins. Right. Shit, what's the difference between the bathtub and the infinity pool? But yeah, for real, I'm a big Ravens fan, huge Ravens fan. Bleed Purple, been rocking with the team since we got him. Lamar Jackson fan. I'm just appreciative of how he has overcame the obstacles already been put in front of him, because he been hated on since he stepped on the stage. You feel me? And he shut a lot of the haters up. Hopefully, I wanted to work it out, but it looks a lot more bleak than it did in the beginning. I will say that. At first, I was like, there's no way he can leave. Yeah. Now I'm really like, damn, Mike could leave. Like, yeah, that's when I'm listening. That's where I'm at with it. So, needless to say, it's trying. I'm gonna just leave it up.
They might get something.
What do you think of? Let me ask. What do you think about? So you're clearly a Lamar fan.
Yeah,
clearly,
absolutely.
Okay, what do you think about his running as much as he does?
I mean, I just think that's how the coordinator was setting it up, but we got rid of him, and I felt as though that was a positive step once we got rid of him. Like, oh, we keeping Lamar. Okay. But now I'm like, damn, we might not be keeping him. Like, yo, we get rid of yo for this.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, so yeah, that was the scheme. That's the play they sending in. So they giving him a play. They give him like 3 plays. So he got like one that's coming in the main play, then he got 2 that he can move to, but all 3 of them be bullshit sometimes, especially in the red zone. All 3 of them be looking like the same. Like, what you got, the techno bullshit?
Hey, yo said the techno.
Yo, like every time, like Greg Roman, he used to kill me. Like, yo, why do you want to do the same 2 plays every time we get in the red zone? Yo, like, stop it. So yeah, needless to say, man, shout out to Greg Roman, yo. Enjoy your job at Green Turtle, motherfucker. Well, first and foremost, I want to say
That's hilarious. Yo.
I appreciate the Pratts, you know what I mean, coming through, kicking it with a real one.
Thank
you know
you
what
for
I mean?
having us.
Absolutely.
Y'all stuck with me through all of the obstacles, and tonight it's just been about overcoming obstacles.
Yes.
Because you know why it was so easy for us to move so smooth and dodge those obstacles?
Why is that?
Because we know thyself. You
Ow! Yes!
feel what I said? You know what I said? You see what I said? So if y'all got any last shout outs or anything before we wrap up, you know what I mean? I want to just say, I love everybody who watched this show, and those who didn't, I still love you too, because I'm putting it in your inbox. But
anybody you want to shout out, babe? I gave all of mine earlier.
It's your show, baby.
That's my show. Look, he loved me. No, he he's so thoughtful. Everybody, again, you know what? My best friend, my sister, Denise. Oh my gosh, that's my praying warrior. She is always there for me. I said my mom, of course, my husband, my sister. Hey, Keita. Hey, girl. Everybody that's just been there for me. Mike Norton, the crew, Ray, Dawn, everybody, Amanda. Hey, Amanda Coleman. She was texting like, what's going on? So everybody that's just been supportive. Thank you. I thank you. Ron, Shamika, everybody.
Everybody.
Yes.
shout out to everybody. And I just want to say shout out to our listeners and our viewers, because one thing you know about us, as we move forward, we only going to keep getting bigger, better, and more slicker, because that's what I do. You understand me? The loners.
Yes.
What's up?
Book unforgettable travel experiences.
I go out on the slick instrumental and shit, then here come the YouTube ads. Never gonna let nobody live, yo. And they don't even give me the skip button. Like,
It's
yo.
the one you gotta wait for it to go.
Yeah, I wanted to keep it Baltimore one time, but yeah. Shout out to y'all, yo. Thanks for coming through.
That was good. I enjoyed myself.